We're in the studio with Walt Raschick, and he is the festival director of the Duluth Homegrown Music Festival. Welcome to the playlist.
Thanks for having me.
So we are thinking about one of the biggest festivals Duluth throws, and it all centers around local music. How crazy is that to plan?
It's a lot of fun, but it's also a lot of work. We have a great community that helps us, as well as a great steering committee and volunteers.
But 200 bands, musical acts in 8 days?
It's the first time we've hit the 200 mark, so it's kind of a big deal. It's a really community-owned festival, so we really have to thank all of the Twin Ports for helping us out.
One of the things that everybody looks forward to running up to it is the day the field guide drops. That's a big day. You want to tell me about what goes into that field guide?
6 months worth of writing and reaching out to businesses and bands and writing bios, doing cover art. The great David Morera, Scat Radio, did the cover art this year. And we print 17,500 of them to disperse all the way from the Iron Range down to the Twin Cities metro area. Yeah, I always think of it kind of like the Twin Ports yearbook. You can look back and see pictures of people, what they looked like 6 years ago, and see bands that came and who's still playing and who's not active anymore. It's a real moment in history.
Tell me a little bit about what you've seen in the 3 years you've been working as the festival director.
Just the community support is really great. I mean, we have really great staff. Everyone's really dialed in when it comes time to work to get stuff done. I mean, it always seems kind of, how is this going to happen? I mean, how do you make a 200 band 8-day festival happen? But it always comes together. The Invasion's the second year that we've ever done that. It's really something I'm pretty proud of, is bringing some of the Duluth music down to the Twin Cities, hopefully enticing them to come and check out Homegrown a week later, give them just a little bit of taste and say, here's 4 bands, here's 196 more to come check out later that week.
You have a fantastic career. You've worked on a couple of different radio shows, for one of them for 10 years. So how did you get dialed in on music and that be your passion?
I've always grown up being a fan of music. I always loved going through my dad's record collection. I grew up in a pretty small town where there wasn't a lot of local music, so I didn't have a chance to go see much. So I was always driving to the cities and seeing big bands. And once I moved up here and realized all the people from basement shows to big bar venues, how many people are actually doing it here that I don't have to go out of town, I just really started going out and supporting that and wanted to help out as much as I could. What
do you look for in music? You know, what makes the Walt cut?
My own tastes differ from everybody else's, but that's the best part about Homegrown, is that whether you're a big fan of accordion music, you might find something. If you're like hip hop, if you like heavy metal, I mean, it's all there for you.
What about the radio show Walt Cut? What are you going to show us? Your playlists are wide and varied, and I always learn something.
Well, I do a show that's all Duluth local music for a station in the Twin Cities, so I'm happy to keep playing Duluth music and sharing that throughout Minnesota and nationwide. My own radio show on the college station is something a little more diverse, trying to open up people to music that they might not have heard already, nationally, internationally, and of course local in there too. What's the best thing you've run across in the last month? Music-wise? Mm-hmm. I like the avant-garde stuff. I like Tim Kaiser's music a lot. I like Tony Bennett's new Seed Math project. Anything that's just kind of pushing the boundaries a little bit. I mean, I love bratwurst shows because it's something you just don't see every day. When you look to the future of the Duluth Homegrown Music Festival, where do you see it going? I want it to always remain local. That's something that has been instilled since Starfire started it, and it's always maintained its commitment to local music and the local community. So no matter how big it gets, it's going to stay Duluth and Twin Ports local. Well, thank you for the work that you put into it and your whole committees. Thank you, Karen. Cool. We'll see you at Homegrown. Absolutely.